James Bettcher, the 49ers senior defensive assistant and run game specialist, who is also a linebacker specialist, gone to Cincinnati. Who do you think will replace him on the 49ers coaching staff?
With this one, I'm saying that the name to keep an eye out on here would be Ken Norton Jr. might be a name where they'd be looking at. If you remember back in 2018, Norton was going to join the staff. Was with them he actually got hired, was here for a week, and then he got offered the defensive coordinator job up in Seattle. And
if I remember, he was offered the assistant head coaching position or something very high.
Yeah, I think it was
17.
It was something similar to what Bettcher, like the role that Bettcher played. I'm pretty sure it was 18, but I could be wrong.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Because he didn't come in with. I don't think he came in with Saul. It was like the next year. I don't know. I think Norton, if that bridge hasn't been burned, makes a ton of sense. He had a lot of success in the league playing. He's a former 49er.
He was on the team that won the 5th ring.
Yeah, Shanahan. So, I think that's where we always look for the Shanahan connection. I think the Shanahan connection is from his time when he was with the 49ers playing for his dad. So it would make sense as long as the bridge hasn't been burned. I think he'd be a guy that could come in and say whatever you want about his time in Seattle as a defensive coordinator. I don't think that really applies to what you'd be asking him to do here. Bettcher wasn't it's not like Bettcher was a great defensive coordinator when he was with the Giants either, but he did a pretty good job in his role with the 49ers last year.
Yeah, and I think his role was to sort of assist DeMeco Ryans in game planning, but this is DeMeco's defense. So what you're really doing is sort of like helping communicate DeMeco's vision and game plan for that week, and I think Ken Norton would be really good at that. I don't think you're really asking him to do, game planning the way you would. That's DeMeco's job.
Yeah, it sounded to me like you said Bettcher was the run game coordinator. It sounds like very similar to what Shanahan does on the offensive side of the ball, where he's got a couple of guys working on different. Because they also wasn't Corey Undlin was also a defensive coordinator at one point as well. So it's like they have a pass game guy, a run game guy. They mesh it all together as the three of them, and there's your game plan. It seemed to work.
So they're going to need someone to take over that run game specialist. Can Norton be a good name? I like that.
I would think so.
Yeah, they also may promote from within, but it's interesting. They did have him for like a day. I don't think it was ever announced. It was never official, but it was almost official. George says, I never liked Josh Norman. I thought Josh Norman was trash. We shouldn't be trying to get rid of Trey Lance. If we want to sign big name agents, we need to keep him. He's a lot cheaper, and he's not cocky. I love how Niner fans are. I don't think they're that excited about either Brady or Rodgers. That being said, if they were to get him, I think they'd be really. I think they would change their mind in a second and a half, if less than that.
Probably
less than that.
It would take as long as it takes for them to finish reading the tweet that they signed him for them to be happy about it.
They would have to put their eyeballs back in their head, and then they would,